welcome to our YouTube channel. I am Sarabjot Singh, your trainer. So we will be starting our series of basics of block coding, and we will be using PictoBlock software, and we will be making very fun and interesting projects using this software. I hope you guys are ready to start with the first project. So let's not waste more time, and we'll quickly move on to our software PictoBlocks. You guys don't have to download any software for this. You guys just have to go to your browser. Simply go to your browser and you just have to type PictoBlocks.ai. I will share the link of the software in the description box so that it will be easy for you guys to open the PictoBlock software. You don't have to download it. We can use the web version of our software. So it will just take 1 or 2 minutes to get open. Okay. Okay. So this is our software PictoBlocks, which looks something like this. And we will first start with the introduction of PictoBlocks. Then we will discuss what coding means. And then we will make our first project in the PictoBlocks. So first of all, let's get handy with the software. Where are the different blocks which will be required, and what are the different options available in the software? Let's quickly move on to that part. Okay. So first of all, on the left hand side of your software, you will be like getting these different blocks. We will find these blocks over here, and these blocks, we can use these blocks to make our different projects. Like we are having number of options over here. We are having this motion palette, then we are having looks palette, then there is sound palette. So see, these blocks, you just have to use these blocks. You have to drag this block to your coding area, and you have to make a meaningful script out of these blocks, and your program will run accordingly. So I generally call this section as a toolbox, because these blocks act as a tools with the help of which we make our projects. So this is our toolbox section. And then coming on to the center of our this PictoBlocks, like this area, this whole empty area, we usually call this area as a scripting area or work area or workspace, where we drag our blocks and make out a script out of it and make a script out of it. So we'll be calling this area as a scripting area. Then coming onto the right hand side of our screen, this area where you can see this teddy bear, or we name it as Toby. So this area is our stage area. This area is our stage area. Okay, so you guys can ignore my handwriting. I am annotating, so you can ignore this part. So yeah, this is our stage area where our characters will be performing according to the script written in the workspace area. So let me just name all the areas. Let me write it. It will be easy for you guys to remember in that case. We can call it as workspace or coding area, this white screen, the middle part. And then on the left hand side, we are having our toolbox, from where we get all our tools, or we can say our blocks, which we will be using to make out the code out of it. And this is our stage area, as I have written earlier also. This is our stage area where our characters or the sprites which we will be uploading will perform according to the script written in our workspace. Now, coming on to the bottom part on the right hand side, this area, this section is known as object section. This is called our object section. So this area generally shows you what different sprites you have uploaded in your program. Like right now, I have this default sprite is present, that is our Toby. So it is showing that thing. Okay. And when you will upload other sprites, it will also show those sprites over here. And then we can rename our sprite from here. And from here it tells us the position of our sprites. Like if just look at this x and y when I will be moving this Toby. So when I am moving this Toby, the values of x and y changes. So this x and y over here tells us about the position of our sprite in the stage. And then we can resize it, we can make it hide or make it visible like this. So this is our toolbox area. I hope this thing is clear to all of you. Like this on the left hand side, we are having toolbox. Then in the middle, we are having our workspace or the coding area. Then on the right hand side, top screen is our stage area. And in the bottom, we are having object section. So after this, now from where we will be getting are these sprites. Like this Toby, you will be getting by default whenever you will open the Pictoblocks, whether it is your web version or if you are installing it in your PCs. So you will be getting this Toby as a default one. Now the question comes, from where we will be uploading different sprites. Like I don't want to work with this Toby. I want to upload something else. So for that, what I have to do, I have to bring my sprite, I have to bring my cursor over here and I will click on it. And you will be amazed to see a number of sprites available over here. We are having a complete library of sprites. We have n number of sprites over here. You can choose any sprites from here. And even we can upload these sprites from our PCs. That thing we will be covering in our future sessions. So like we are having the animal category, we are having people category, fantasy, dance, music, sports, food, fashion, and even letters. You can upload these letters and make a name on the stage area and make it code, like it can draw something. Like you can do anything with these sprites. So like this, you can upload different sprites. And right next to the sprites, we have this option of choose a backdrop. So you can add a backdrop to your project also. So likewise, we will be uploading a backdrop now for our project. So for today's project, like we will be making a walking animation. Our sprite will be walking on the screen. So we have to upload a sprite accordingly and our backdrops. So I will be choosing this boardwalk. I have uploaded this boardwalk as a backdrop. And I don't want to work with Toby. So I will just delete the Toby and I will upload a new sprite from here. Let's say I will choose John. I will choose John and let's make it stand over here on the ground. It's not possible to walk in air now. So we will make our John stand over here. Okay. Now the question arises, how can we make this John walk on the screen on this boardwalk? That is our mission for today. We have to make this sprite walk. Okay. So first of all, see, let me just explain this thing with you. Very simple example. In your homes, like when I have to turn on the fan or a tube light or a bulb, anything, like I have to even put on the charger, I have to on the charger. What I have to do, I have to turn on the switch first, then only these things start working. And if I have to off them, then I have to switch off the switch. So similarly, when we are working or we are making any project, we need one switch button for our project also. Like when I will click on that button, our project will start working. Okay, so these kind of blocks which act as the buttons, okay, which will start your projects, we get these blocks in events palette on the left hand side of your screen in the toolbox. So in the toolbox, you just have to go to the events palette, these yellow color. See, all the blocks are colored oriented over here. All the blocks will be having different colors. Each category is having different colors. So it will be easy for you guys to remember this thing. So I have to go to events palette and see there is first block over here when this green flag is clicked. Now the question comes, where is this green flag? Now on the top of your stage area, see there is this green flag. Now what instruction we have given to our computer? Like whenever we will be giving this, whenever we will be clicking this green flag, then the instructions should happen like the instructions which we will give to the computer. Okay, so this is when the green flag is clicked. Now this is our first instruction to our computer or our Pictoblocks. Okay, so when the green flag is clicked, now what we want it to do when the green flag is clicked? So I want my sprite to move when I click on this green flag. So now whenever we have to move something, so whenever you heard this thing, now you have to move your sprite or you have to move something. So without any doubt, just come on to the motion palette. So motion means to move. Okay. Now in the motion palette, see the first block over here is move 10 steps. Now what this script is reading as of now? When the green flag is clicked, move for 10 steps. Let's try if it is moving or not. Let's try. Let me just zoom the screen. Okay. Now I will be clicking on the green flag and let's check if it is moving or not. Okay. When I press the green flag, my sprite moved for 10 steps. And then again, if I'm pressing the green flag, it is again moving 10 steps. So see, now it is following my instruction. So whenever I am clicking on the green flag, it is moving 10 steps. Okay. Now, the next thing. But what I need over here is I don't want it to sit over here and just click on green flag again and again to make my sprite move. So for that, what we will do, we will have to give some instruction like like we have to just click on this green flag once and our sprite should keep on moving. Okay, so what we can do is now you have to go to the control palette in your toolbox. Go to the control palette and from control palette, see there is this block forever. Now what does forever means? Forever means like something which have to repeat itself again and again. And that is what we want our sprite to do. We want it to move again and again. So simply just put this forever block over here. And now let's check it like if our sprite is moving continuously or not. Let's see. Let me click on the green flag. Okay, so it moved continuously now, but it got stuck when it reaches the edge of the screen. Now, what is the task over here? What we have to do? Now we want whenever we click on the green flag, our sprite should keep on moving, and when it reaches the edge, it has to come back. Now we have to look for such a block which will give this instruction to our sprite. So we will again go back to the motion palette. Now in the motion palette, see there is one block, if on edge, bounce. If on edge, bounce and put it inside the forever. Now let's try. Let's try it again. When green flag is clicked, okay. Okay. It's moving, but again, there is one problem over here. When it is hitting the right side of the edge, it is moving upside down. So is it possible for you guys to walk like this with your hands like on the ground and your legs in the air? Can you walk like this? I too can't walk like this. So now what we have to do? Now we again have to go to our toolbox and look for a block which will help us to make our sprite move normally. Let's try it in the motion palette. Again, in the motion palette, we will be looking for a block which will say set rotation style to left, right. Put this block inside it and now check if it is working fine or not. Okay, great. Now it is working fine. Okay, now what will be the next task for our this block? Oh, wait. Yeah. So the now next thing is now when our sprite is moving. So when our sprite is moving, the thing happening over here is he is not moving his legs. It seems like it is just skidding on the ground. Can you walk with your both legs moving together? It's not possible not to walk like this. So we will be making this thing like something very real. It should look like, yeah, it's actually walking. Okay, now I will show you one more, one new thing in this Pictoblocks. So see, there is one section over here, costume. Above the toolbox, you have this option, toolbox, costumes. So you have to click on this costume. Okay, now see, you are having number of these, your John sprite over here. Now what does this costumes mean? Now, like you guys are having different costumes or different dresses to wear according to the occasion. Like if you are going out for a movie, you are having different dresses. You have a costume. Like if you are going for a party, you wear some party dresses. You are going to school, you are having your school dresses. And for night, you are having your night dresses. So like for every occasion, we are having different dresses. So similarly, our sprite is having different costumes for different occasions. Now here occasions will be like if our John is standing, so its costume will be like this. So if, or it can be like this. And if our John is walking, so its costume will be like this. And this is the again one more costume for John walking. And if you want your sprite to make look like if it is running, then there is this again a costume of running. So see, we are having different costumes of our sprite according to the occasions. But now what we are making is we are making like we want our John to walk. So what we will do, we will delete the costumes which we don't require. We will just keep these two walking costumes and we will keep this John standing. So we will keep these three costumes as of now. Now, how we will use these costumes? How we will make our sprite look like it is actually moving? Now, in the looks palette, you have this block, next costume. Next costume. Now, when we will put this next costume block inside the forever, and now see what will happen. Let's just click on this green flag quickly, and we will check what will happen. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now see, our legs of our sprite is moving, but it is walking at a very fast speed. Now, how to reduce the speed of the sprite? Now, just remember one thing. If we will, no, okay, wait. Before going to that, let's see what this next costume block is doing over here. So what next costume block is doing, it is changing the costume of our sprite. And it is changing at a very fast rate. So it looks like our sprite is walking in the screen. So now what we will do, we will just put a, we will give some time interval over here between the change of costume. So it will make our sprite walk slowly. So what we have to do now, we will go to the control palette. And in the control palette, see the first block is wait for 1 second. Now we will put this block over here. We will put this block over here. And now let's check it. Okay, if it is like if it will work perfectly fine now or not. Okay, now see, after putting this wait 1 second, now it is working very slowly. Okay, let's reduce it this time to little bit, let's say it to 0.5 seconds. 0.5 seconds and then click on the green flag again. Okay, it's still like walking very slow. So what we can do, we can make it 0.25 seconds. See, these things you can do it on your own, like you can try with different time intervals, or I will put this 0.05 seconds. So see, different time intervals will give different speeds. Like if you will reduce the time, it will increase the speed. If you will increase the time, it will reduce the speed. Okay, now see what we have done over here exactly. So we have added these blocks. Now what these blocks are doing over here, what we have done with these blocks, we have given instruction to our computer. Okay, so computer was not, if I will just directly say to computer to make a project in which our sprite is working like this, computer will not be able to understand. So what we have done over here, we have given instruction to the computer in the form of these block calls. So we have given instruction like when the green flag will be clicked, you have to move 10 steps, but you have to move forever. So you have to move continuously till we stop it from here. And if you hit the edge, you have to bounce back, and then you have to move like left and right only. You don't have to move upside down, and you have to change your costume also, like so that it looks like you are actually moving. And then we have put this instruction also, like it has to wait for some seconds before changing into the next costume. So what we are doing here with the instructions, so we are giving the instructions to the computer. These instructions are only known as coding. So giving instructions to the computer to get our work done by it, that is called coding. So I hope, okay. Now see, now how to save your project. First of all, click on my project and change the name of your project. So I will write as walking animation. And now next thing which you have to do is you have to click on file and then click on save to your computer. Your project will get downloaded in your PC or laptop. So we have covered the very basic things today. Like we have learned about the move block, how to move our sprite, how to make your sprite move continuously, what we have to do if our sprite is hitting the edge while moving. So we have covered these few things. I hope you guys have enjoyed the session. See you in the next video with a very interesting project and more new things to learn from it. Okay, guys, see you in the next video. Bye-bye.